actually, this is as real as it gets.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
All right, welcome to the UCW Radio Show. I'm your host, Louis Velazquez. And before we bring on our guest today, I have to go over a few things. Firstly, my heart goes out to all the friends and family of the victims of the earthquake in Haiti. It's a horrible thing that occurred, and we hope that the countries globally, they all unite to assist in building the infrastructure back in a country that's been subject to poverty and other things over the decades, and not having the opportunity as of late to share in the growth and wealth that most other countries have had the opportunity to benefit from. So this can be a new beginning for Haiti, but let us not forget the losses. So my prayers go out to all that have been affected. Now, moving on, I'm so happy to make this announcement. Just recently, UCW, along with an awesome team, they've begun to cast for a new reality series called Weapon the Series. It's an acronym, and I really can't get into it now, but you'll find out more about it by going to the website I'm going to mention in a minute. But the casting call is for women ages 21 to 40 that think that they have what it takes to become part of the most elite team in the world of entertainment called Weapon. 14 women become housemates for about 8 to 10 weeks. And every week they will not just face challenges like all these other reality shows, but they will be schooled in various forms of entertainment by professionals in that industry. Everything from modeling and acting to action film fighting and film production, even health and fitness. What we're trying to do, what's going to wind up happening here with the series, is that what they're trying to do is mold the house guest into what is needed to be part of Weapon. And winners of the series will have the opportunity to participate in the various film projects associated with the series. So you see, it's more than a reality show. Is more than a reality series, and some other interesting projects that are going to come out of it that I really can't talk about at this moment. But trust me, it's good stuff, no doubt about it. It's good stuff. And from what I understand, that there will be cash prizes or some cash prizes awarded from various sponsors that will be coming on board as well. And that'll be announced at a later date as the project evolves. But it is the evolution in entertainment. Weapon, the series, the website for Weapon, the series is www.weapontheseries.com. Fairly simple. This is where you can apply to be casted on the show, get additional information, see who's attached to the show. Because the site itself is constantly being updated. You can find Weapon on Facebook. You can find Weapon on MySpace, and that's myspace.com, Weapon the Series. On YouTube, also youtube.com, Weapon the Series, and on Twitter. Again, twitter.com, Weapon the Series. And you can follow what's going on, be a part of it, and get involved. This is going to be the next coming, no doubt about it. Now, our guest today on the UCW Radio Show is the founder of HerbaGirl International. Basically, the company, it's a health-related company, but that's not even the reason why we have her on the show. She'll be joining us to talk about not only her dramatic weight loss, but what I found to be just as important, even actually is more interesting to me, is the maintaining of the weight loss. Because, she lost a lot of weight some years ago. She was able to maintain that weight loss. And that's something that's hard for a lot of people to do. So I think her input is going to be interesting. Her name is Lisa Sowle, and her story is sure to inspire others. But before we bring Lisa on the show, I want to take a quick break, and then we're going to be right back.
Mic check, 1, 2. Big poser coming to you faking it ever. Got no more games since I got with the juice. No cruising with my friends, they cut me loose. Now my coach is hating, parents keep berating. Good thing my team's still behind me saying, hey yo, what happened to my teammates, man? Yo, where y'all at, man? Come on, man. I thought we were family.
Don't be a poser. Hear more at don'tbeanasterisk.com. Brought to you by Ad Council and the U.S. Olympic Committee.
What's great about the iPhone is that if you want to know where your ex-girlfriend is at any moment, there's an app for that. Or if you want to check her personal calendar so you can accidentally run into her and give her a chance to take you back, there's an app for that. And if you want to set up automatic late-night calls so she knows you're always thinking about her, well, there's an app for that. And if you need an attorney with a proven record of fighting restraining orders, there's an app for that. But if the judge can't appreciate your love for her and you're required by state law to move on, there's an app for that. And if you need to buy a car with enough horsepower to drive off a cliff so that she comes to your funeral and gives a eulogy about what a great guy you were, and then breaks down and cries as she realizes that no other man will ever make her as happy as you did, and that now she's destined to die a lonely old cat lady because she was too stupid to see what she had when it was right in front of her. Yeah, there's an app for that too. That's the iPhone, solving life's dilemmas, one app at a time.
Hey guys, I'm Anitra and welcome to Maxmouth. We're here on location at the always awesome Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I don't know if it's your first time at Maxmouth, but let me tell you a little bit about us. Maxmouth is the hottest new online entertainment company where you come to be seen, be heard, and be found. If you haven't taken the time yet, you need to register because you wouldn't want to miss out on any of the Maxmouth exclusives like Beyond Intuition. It's a paranormal exclusive by Jamie Butler. Or shows from our Emmy Award-winning producer, Jeanette Barber. Or, how about my favorite, On the Road. Before I let you go, I'm going to ask you to do me a few favors. Number 1, I want you to register. Number 2, I want you to tell a friend. And number 3, make sure you watch your mouth.
All right, before we bring on Lisa Sowle, I want to introduce the new single from UK recording artist Tara London. Here is Chasing Rainbows.
Sitting in a coffee bar, watching the world go by. She lights a cigarette, breathes it in, starts to cry. She holds on tightly to her suitcase of memories. Then she whispers softly, "This isn't how my life should be." Don't go chasing rainbows. Not all that glitters is gold, and you don't know what the future will hold. Chasing rainbows. She said she'd been around the world 100 times, seen a lot of things, good and bad, not worth a dime. Doesn't matter what you do, what you say, this world just keeps on spinning every hour of every day. Oh, don't go chasing rainbows. Not all that glitters is gold, and you don't know what the future will hold. Chasing rainbows. On spinning every hour of every day. Oh, don't go chasing rainbows. Not all that glitters chasing rainbows.
I hope that all of you enjoyed listening to Tara London. She's a talented artist from the UK. And now, without further ado, we have Miss Lisa Sowle, mother of three, and a champion with weight loss. No doubt about it. She's waiting on hold. So, hey, let's bring Lisa Sowle on the show. All right, we're here with Lisa Sowle. She is the founder and the creator, the owner, the everything of HerbaGirl International. Lisa, welcome to UCW Radio.
Hey, y'all. It's so good to be on. Thank you so much, Lou, for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I find your story interesting, actually, Lisa. We talked a few times about it, about your company, HerbaGirl International, and you and what you've done. And what I like to do is kind of crank back to the beginning, with what got you involved in health. You've been doing it for well over a decade. Well, let's start at the beginning. What was that point with you that you began to get into health and fitness?
Well, the point I got to is when I was in my closet, in the corner, crying because I didn't look good in any of my clothes, and I had tried so many things to lose weight, I felt so helpless. And I thought, there's got to be a way. There's got to be something for me out there to get the results that I need.
Well, let me ask you something, and just to say this for our listeners, Lisa, right now, I know that you're taking time out of your schedule today because you're at the gym with clients, and we're taking time out of your client schedule to do the show, so we appreciate that. I wanted to ask you, when you say that you were feeling uncomfortable and with how you looked and you couldn't find any clothes, not to get too personal, but what were you weighing at that time?
I weighed between 160 and 170 at my highest point. Okay. I was a size, I just told everybody, I'm a size 12, but a 14 fits better.
Okay. And how tall are you, so that our listeners can get an idea of what you're talking about?
I am 5'2".
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so that weight, it doesn't look good on a short person. Right. So yeah, and I found, yeah.
Well, you were sitting in a corner, you were crying, you didn't know, you couldn't find anything to wear, anything that would look good on you, and then what did you do? I mean, what happened?
Well, a friend of mine, she went from like a size 16 to a 6. To me, it seemed like the snap of a finger. And I thought, okay, if she can do it, I felt like there was still hope, and so I asked her what she did, and she told me about these products that I exclusively use, and I said, I want to get signed up. I want to do it. I want them right away, because she was like 20 years older than me. So I thought, you know what? She is old. If she can do it, I'm only in my 20s. I can do it. So that's what got me going, and I got started, and I felt so great. I lost my first 30 pounds in 6 weeks.
30 pounds in 6 weeks?
Yep, 30 pounds in 6 weeks.
That is a huge weight loss, no?
It definitely it was, and I thought, what, that's great. 30 pounds. I was really, I got complacent with that, but so I didn't do my program the way, after that 6 weeks. I just did it on and off, but probably another 6 months later, I lost another 20 pounds. So that, marked, that's 50 pounds.
Well, Lisa, let me ask you a question, just going back to that first 6 weeks, and what happened with you, because you said you got complacent. Do you find it's normal, or it's the norm with people that do lose weight? Because you see a lot of yo-yo things that go on, that people drop weight, they'll drop 50 pounds and put on 60, and then drop 30 and put on 40. Like they had, I was watching The Biggest Loser. The Biggest Loser I was watching, and they had a guy that lost all that weight. He won, I think he won the show, and then he put all that weight back on. You know, do you think that has to do with dedication, or is that just something that's normal, the mindset with people that are dieting?
You know, I think it's a state of mind and also a dedication. You know, most people want an instant fix. And, you know, really that's not how it is. You have to adopt a way of life, a different way of eating, a different activities. You know, instead of sitting in front of the TV and eating potato chips. You know, it's okay to sit in front of the TV. I mean, but, you know, have an apple. You know, have something nourishing, and for me, you know, find something that you love to do, something, you know, outdoors, or if you're not accustomed to, you know, being in the gym or working out, but activity is key. But yeah, people, I think it's just something that our society has just come around to, where it's just lazy, you know, and they want the quick fix, fast food, and fast diet pill or whatever.
Well, they want the quick fix in order for them to repair the problem that probably took, you know, 10 years in the making. You know,
sure.
They want a quick turnaround and say, "Oh, I'm going to lose this weight now." You know, where in reality, can it happen? It happened with you, so it does happen with other people. But
it does happen, but you know, I changed everything. I changed my whole way of eating. You know, instead of fast food, instead of, you know, like greasy burgers, you know, I grill them. I mean, I've changed so much just so that I could maintain because I love the way I feel, you know.
But it becomes a lifestyle, though, because these adjustments, where if you think about it, how hard is it? It's just, you know, being aware.
Definitely.
You go in the fridge, you see an apple and you see some junk food. Okay,
right.
You know, if you're looking to munch on something, you mean it's just a matter of just instead of you reaching right, you reach left.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier to grab the Cheetos that are already ready than you know, opening the package of carrot sticks with ranch or whatever, you know, something, you know, a better alternative to that. So definitely.
Without a doubt, I remember years ago, you know, where you would go to the supermarket, you would go, let's say you were having a barbecue at your house, and let's go, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, you were going to have a barbecue in your house, you were going to invite people over, and let's say you wanted to eat healthy. Your alternatives were what? Grilled chicken breast. That's it.
Yeah.
Now society, actually, I mean, you see what's happening, that there is some sort of push for healthier living, because you have turkey chop meat, turkey burgers, chicken chop meat, chicken burgers. You have different things that are coming along to that are in front of you, but you have to reach for it.
Exactly. You have to make a push for it. Even the veggie burgers, you know, if you cook them out on the grill, to me, it's just like a burger. So yeah. Yeah,
but you have to, you know, again, some people want that greasiness, but you know something, and you know this more than most, is that when you get that out of your system and you start eating turkey burgers and veggie burgers and this and that, those actually taste better.
Yeah.
Than if you go you chow down on a big greasy burger.
They really do. Once you get that flavor out of your system, it really does taste better. Yeah. And I mean, like, for example, soda. You know, once you kick that habit, I used to drink a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper every couple of days, easy.
Oh my God.
And yeah. And you know, I just I had to make myself not drink the soda, but now if I drink that soda, it doesn't taste near as good as what I thought it tasted like. But, you know, and if you think if you can put it in your mind what the long-term effect of drinking that soda or eating those greasy French fries, if you can think about that and put that in your mind, that, you know what, I might not be around long enough to enjoy my kids, or to enjoy, something. If you can put that in your mind, that's another thing to help you to change into a healthier lifestyle.
You need that catalyst. You need that something to inspire you to want to be healthy.
Definitely.
I would think that looking in the mirror or how you feel when you run or something would be a little bit of inspiration. I know if when I'm working out, if I get injured, then I can't train for a little while. I start feeling a certain way, and I'm like, okay, I need to get back into shape because I'm going to be a fat boy. And we don't like Lou as a fat boy.
Exactly. And when you do eat healthy and you are active, you have that active lifestyle, it gets those good endorphins in your brain going, and it keeps you happy. But once you stop and you start feeding yourself the bad stuff and not being active, then you get depressed, and then it turns into it's a vicious cycle where you're depressed. Okay, well, I'm going to eat to try to make myself feel better. Well, it'll make you feel better for 30 seconds, and then you got to eat again, or you got to it turns into like I said, like a vicious cycle. So you just have to not let yourself get into that whirlwind of bad habits.
Yeah, it's a bad place to be in, and just touching on you, because you're on the show to talk about you. We're just talking about other things as we're going along, because I think our listeners want to hear this, because they want to know what's out there, and from your experiences, what they may be able to help them. You started your dieting in 2000, and as you said, 6 weeks you dropped 30. It took you another 6 months to drop another 20. So that's total 50 pounds. Now that was back in the year 2000.
Yep.
We're in 2010, so the long and short of it, losing the weight is one part of the equation.
Right.
It's maintaining that weight loss that's the hard part.
Definitely. It definitely is. That is the hard part.
So as you're celebrating your 10-year anniversary, being in the best shape of your life right now, you have three lovely girls, right? 3 girls,
yep.
Yeah,
I have a teenager. She's the best.
That's stress within itself. That you need some ginkgo and all that other stuff.
Definitely.
keep you on your toes. But now you 10 years, you got there. Now, can you tell our listeners, just before we get into HerbaGirl and what you're doing with that, can you give our listeners a little insight to what the secret is, even if it is a secret, but what would help them to have that maintenance, and that way they can not put the weight back on?
The secret, okay, one of my biggest motivators for maintenance is my wardrobe. I want to keep all of my size 2 clothes. Okay, that is key. Getting rid of all your old fat clothes, then you have nothing to fall back on, and making a decision every day. And it's an everyday decision, and I'm not gonna. Sometimes I have days where it is more difficult than others. That I'm like, I'm not gonna have those Oreo cookies. I'm not gonna. Okay, let me. I'm gonna eat 2 Oreo cookies. I'm not gonna eat the whole bag.
Right.
As to a long time ago, I would have probably ate half the bag at least.
You would have went to a sleeve or a sleeve and a half.
Yeah, exactly. And then and one thing that's really helped me too is my I'm real big into the protein shakes, into my protein shakes, and those are like the biggest. That's the biggest thing that's helped me to maintain my weight, and is I usually have at least one of those for one of my food meals. And that right there has been the biggest key thing, the biggest secret.
Well, Lisa, let me ask you something. Now, for our listeners' benefit, I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you so it can come from you. Now,
all right.
When they're, let's say their eating patterns, okay, some people, they eat 3 square meals a day, and that's what they eat. But obviously, when you're in that weight loss pattern and you're actually trying to maintain it, there's a different way to eat. What do you suggest to them as far as their eating patterns are concerned?
You mean when they're trying to lose weight, or when they're maintaining?
Well, when they're trying to lose weight, but also, I guess when that time comes, they hit that plateau and they dropped enough weight, and they're looking to maintain their weight loss, and their eating patterns as that is concerned. What do you suggest for them?
Well, what
I'm not looking to confuse you. I'm not looking to confuse you. Because if I confuse you, I'm going to confuse myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, take it easy, huh?
All right, take it easy.
Well, you know what? I always tell all my clients, especially in maintenance, and even in weight loss, is to beat your hunger. I always make sure to eat before I get too hungry. If it's, a cup of yogurt, or if it's a shake, or if it's, some almonds or something. That's something else is key, is to beat your body to the thing, is to beat your hunger and eat something. I find myself, snacking on things, probably eating 4 or 5 times a day, just so that I'm not like, because this is what most of my clients are, they don't eat breakfast, and usually sometimes don't eat lunch, so by the end of the day, they eat whatever. And so much of it that they're sick, and then they go to bed with a full stomach.
I mean, that's not good, because people. I think a lot of people are under the impression that if you don't eat, that you're going to lose weight. But it's the exact opposite, though.
Total opposite, yeah. Because you'll go into the fat storing mode, and nobody wants to do that.
No, the body thinks that you're starving, so it's going to start storing fat for a rainy day.
Right. So yeah, and it just doesn't look too pretty.
But the five smaller meals, that type of thing, a day, it allows someone that's looking to maintain, even lose weight, to beat their body to the state of being hungry. Because when you start doing that, and what happens if they get to the point of them being hungry?
Well, once they get to that point, like I said, they're famished, and they eat everything. They'll eat, they'll order 2 burgers and 2 fries and feel like they have to eat the whole thing because they ordered it, but their brain was saying, I'm that hungry.
Right. So it comes back to what we talked about earlier, it being a state of mind.
Definitely.
So that's good advice, because you want, if people are looking to lose weight and maintain that loss, you have to be calculated about it. And
for sure.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. So now let's talk about HerbaGirl International, because I want to know about this, because your weight loss is amazing within itself, but that's not what impresses me, Lisa. What impresses me is that you've been able to maintain that stability and keep that weight off for over a decade.
Woohoo! Decade long, baby.
Yeah, and then this, what you've developed, has a lot. The basis of what you develop at HerbaGirl International is what you lived through.
Right. Well, with HerbaGirl, I developed a nutritional consulting company, and I strictly use the Herbalife products, and basically I consult my clients, and I help them achieve my results, and then along with their weight maintenance, my main goal is to develop a relationship with people so that they don't feel like they're after they lose weight that they're all alone. But also the main reason that I did this is I don't think that anybody should ever feel the way that I did before I lost weight. I was so depressed, and I mean maybe it was just the vain part of me, but I hated looking that way. It was terrible, and I'll give you my website so you can see my before picture, but I couldn't stand looking that way and feeling that way, that awful state of mind that you can get into whenever with poor diet.
Yeah, well, it becomes a mental thing, and I'm going to assume that it's a very lonely place when you were at that point. It was lonely.
Right, definitely. It is very lonely, and nobody understands truly because they're new. So, yeah, it can get very lonely, and like it's the worst.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, again, you lived through it, so you more than most can empathize with those that are going through it.
Sure.
And I'm sure that sometimes you have to think back and think about the times that you were looking at yourself and you were crying, whether you were in the closet or whether you were just coming out the shower, whatever the case may be, and you felt less than you thought you should feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. And and then that reflects on everything else, on your family, on your social life, your work life. It reflects all over the place. So and then guess what? You start attracting what you are. So you start attracting like depressed people and just attracting just negativity, and there's just no need for that to go on, for that to happen, because you don't have to be that way. You can get out of it. It's so great.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing, because you don't want to have the McDonald's powwows where everyone's crying on each other's shoulder. That's not a good thing.
Right, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to have those kind of hen parties with your girlfriends.
Yeah, no, not at all, not at all. So now, HerbaGirl, you're doing great things. You have a whole system in place. You're helping people lose weight. Right now, you're at the gym as we speak, and you're helping your clients to either lose weight or maintain weight, and it is beyond working out, because a lot of people go to the gym, but how often do you see someone go to the gym? And I'm going to say this because it's true. How often do you see someone go to the gym day in and day out, let's say 5-6 days a week, for a matter of 2 years, and they look exactly the same? Why is that?
I'll tell you why. Because I fell into that category for a while. Okay, it's 80% diet, 20% at your fitness. Your working out, or your gym, or your what to increase your
physical activity.
Yeah, your physical activity. So in every single trainer that I know, they've always told me that your abs are created in the kitchen. They're not created in the gym. So it's how you eat and what you eat. I used to work out for like a couple hours every day, but I'd go home and have a burger and fries, or have a pizza, or I didn't change anything what I was eating, and then and I just couldn't figure out why the heck I wasn't losing weight. Well, it's because I didn't change my way of eating. So yeah.
so as soon as you changed that, you started to garner better results.
Yeah, and back then I was like, wow, I was so surprised, because I thought, oh, well, all I got to do is go to the gym, or all I got to do is go run. That wasn't the case.
But because it's the nutrition part of it. It's the working out, of course, that has to be a part of it. But, you take that together, it becomes a lifestyle.
Definitely.
So would you say that HerbaGirl International helps create give people an opportunity to create a healthy lifestyle? Would you say that?
Oh, definitely. It definitely veers people in the right direction to create a healthy lifestyle. Of course, I can't do it for you, but I can encourage you. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your encourager because, life is so wonderful. It's so great. And
you're in Texas, so that's where they have all the good cheerleaders.
That's right.
from what I hear, anyway.
Yeah. Well, all the pretty girls are in Texas. I'll just tell you that.
Oh my God! I'm not even touching that because I get crucified in 12 different ways by about 1 million people. But I'm not gonna argue with that. But I'm gonna move on though. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Okay. Now, just for the benefit, for my benefit, the benefit of our listeners, I'm curious. I mean, maybe you could paint this picture for us. When you were, in your mid-20s, and you were heavy, and you at that time you already had 2 kids, right?
Right.
Okay. So, did you find yourself, before you losing the weight, the way you interacted and all the activity and everything you did with your kids, whether it be homework, going to do activities, baseball, soccer, whatever the case may be, because they were younger, but whatever they wanted to do, you walk them around the schoolyard or whatever, do you find that changed dramatically after you lost that weight?
Oh, definitely. I had the worst attitude before. I projected how I felt, and how I looked to my, on the inside of me. So, yeah, definitely. I had a total attitude adjustment. I look forward to getting out. And, my girls, they're big skateboarders, they're big soul sisters. I encourage them in everything that they do. And they, in my relationship with my children, I think is a whole lot. It's a whole lot different than probably what it would have been if I would have stayed overweight and unhappy.
Well, so your relationship is healthy with your kids. Forget about food, forget about anything. But as far as being a parent to a child, it's better now or since you lost the weight as opposed to before.
Definitely, and in relationships all around though, and it makes people want to be around you, because they want your excitement, they want your love, they want what you've got.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think that's fantastic, and I brought that up, because I want people to understand that it's not just about you; it's about everything around you. If you're married and you're overweight and you don't feel good with yourself, you're not happy with yourself, how are you going to be happy with your spouse?
Exactly.
If you're not happy with yourself, how are you going to project that happiness to your kids that are sitting there and they're sponges and they're looking at you? What you project in front of them is how they begin to feel. If you are miserable, chances are those kids are going to be miserable too.
Yeah, definitely, and when they grow up, and then guess what? They're going to be miserable when they grow up, and so when they have children, it's just going to start all over.
Yeah, then you'll have the Mr. Potato Head family, and then everybody will be overweight,
Exactly.
But that's not the way to go, And I'm bringing all this stuff up because, of our listeners, anyone that's listening to the show and they're looking to lose weight, live a happier lifestyle, and they were trying to look for that something, that inspiration, if it's not Lisa Sowle's story, let it be your kids, let it be your spouse, let it be the people around you, because if you're healthier and you feel better, you're more active, which means that your lifestyle is going to be enhanced, and by default, it's a domino effect.
Definitely.
And if your lifestyle if you're heavy and everything, your lifestyle is less active, is less robust, again, it kind of trickles down to the people around you.
Well, that's right. It does, and like I said before, nobody wants to be around a sad, depressed, dumpy person.
No, and then you can say that because you were there.
Yeah, definitely. I was there, and I wasn't happy to be around because I didn't feel good, and I didn't want anybody else to feel good.
Okay, I understand that fully. And then Lisa, just again, just so we can paint the picture, and I'm just trying to paint this picture. When you were that heavy, you went to the doctor. Okay, and he checked your blood pressure, your cholesterol, all this stuff. Now, after you lost that weight, did you see a lot of improvement in your I guess your doctor's report or your health report?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there was no high blood pressure, no cholesterol. That was my cholesterol was a little high, or a lot high, and yes, definitely in the report. And in fact, I just went to the doctor and just recently, and he's like, I've never. It's very rare that someone as healthy as you comes in, because it's you can be thin and unhealthy. So good nutrition.
That's a key point too. That is a key point. I'm glad you said that. Because you can be thin, you can be a rail, and still have high cholesterol, have hypertension. Sure. You can have all this stuff.
Yep, definitely.
Because even
and you can
go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just This is your time.
Yeah, no, but definitely, and I've run it, and I've come across people like that. I've had those kind of clients as well that they are thin, but they feel horrible. And that's where the good nutrition comes in changing your eating habits again, So, but yeah, that definitely, that's another point.
Right, no, without a doubt. And again, it's healthy living, it's a lifestyle. It's, people need to change their lifestyle, and that's what you're doing through HerbaGirl International. Now, when did you start HerbaGirl?
I started HerbaGirl in 2002, and what really got me going is, not only that I wanted other people to feel like that, but I thought I was in another city, out of town. I was on vacation or something, and I ran into an acquaintance, into a girlfriend, and she said, she came up to me and she said, "Lisa, is that you?" She didn't recognize me. I was so excited. She didn't recognize me because I didn't look the same, and I thought, I can help people do the same thing. Big light bulb.
Yeah, that's good though, because that your experiences inspired you to do this, and I love that, because everybody needs something that can inspire them. Some people are self-inspired. Some people, you just need that one thing to push you. But you took this back in 2002. You've been going strong for the past 8 years. You've helped dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people, achieve their weight loss goals over the years.
Yep, I sure have. And I've sometimes, even if I'm not face-to-face with you, I've had clients in Peru and clients in India and Canada and Denmark, and I'm so excited how it's you don't have to be face to face with anybody anymore. So yeah.
you can now you do stuff remotely, and how do you go about doing that remotely?
Well, internet plays a big key, and then the face to face, with on the computer you can do that, and so email. Oh, and then the phone, of course. The phone is the best.
But isn't that interesting how from Texas that you can help people across the globe?
I know, and it's amazing. It's so great, and I just feel so honored that I can help those people, and that they have reached out to me for that. I'm just in awe of that. I just think that's like the coolest.
Oh, Lisa, think about what you achieved. Is beyond the weight loss, the maintenance, everything else, and I believe that are good at what you do and you produce real results, that people will come to you. You build it, they will come. And they do come to you, and they have come to you, and they'll continue to come to you. I have no doubt about that.
Right, definitely. Well, thank you, Lou. That is, and I'm so excited that that I can help people, and I love it though when I get those emails. It just keeps me encouraged, as far as, hey, you changed my life. I love the way I feel, or I love the way I look. It just makes me want to cry. It's pretty. I love it.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, because you're helping people change their lives.
Right.
This is like you're watching Extreme Makeover, but for real.
Exactly. Exactly.
At the end of the show, people start crying.
Yeah, and the only thing I see the whole thing. I don't just see the good cuts. It's a whole process of people, and then like I said before, I love the relationship that you get out of it. It's there's no. I mean, that's like the best thing about it is that relationship and meeting the new people, and it's amazing.
Well, you forge those relationships for life once you build that foundation, and that foundation for you is giving them the healthy way to live a full life. And I think that's key. And I think you're doing a great service to humanity. How do you like that?
Wow. That's like, wow.
Yeah, but it's true, Lisa. If you think about it, how many people are overweight that are looking? They're literally starving for a solution, and you have that solution.
Yep. And it just starts with a want, a decision, like, I'm ready.
Yeah, and that's why we have you here on the UCW radio show talking about this and getting it out there, because I want people to hear your story. I want people to hear about, Lisa Sowle and the weight, what you weighed and what you did, and your maintenance and HerbaGirl International and everything, because I want them to understand that you are the real deal. This is not you just popping up saying, okay, well, I'm going to go sell a product like you're selling Avon or something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nothing like that. You have a whole program.
I sure do, and it's because it doesn't just, you can slap some products on people and say, here you go, but, who's going to call you and say, hey, how you doing? What, okay, if this isn't working, then let's change something up and we'll do it this way instead. Or, hey, oh, you had a bad day? You know what, it's no big deal, because guess what, there's tomorrow, woo,
Sometimes people need that. They need that little push. They need somebody to believe in them. And you believe in your clients.
Right, definitely.
And that's a big plus. Now, what is your website, Lisa?
Well, you can go to lisasowle.com. That's LISASOWLE. And, people always ask me, how do you pronounce your last name? It's soul, because, I got a lot of soul.
There you go. Actually, I was going to tell you earlier, if your daughters can sing, oh my God.
Oh, I know, huh?
The Soul Sisters.
The Soul Sisters, and that's what everybody calls them at the skate park. They're everybody, oh, the Soul Sisters are here. Yeah.
Soul Sister. That'll be their theme song.
There's that new one. Hey, Soul Sister.
Yeah.
That train song.
Yeah, that's going to be them.
Yep, it is. So.
That's fun. Now on your site, lisasowle.com, is SOWLE.com. On there, people can find out more about you, but they can also find out about your program, your products, and everything else, right?
Yes, they can, and I try to make it personal so that people can know me, and I try to change it up every week. But yes, you can see my before picture, my fat picture, my size 12 picture, but 14 fit.
12 tight.
Yeah, 12 tight. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you can check that out, and like I said, I try to change it up every week for just so that it stays personable. Because I want everybody, I want everyone to feel like I'm reachable, that they know me, that they're my best friend.
Right.
So yeah.
But you make them comfortable.
Exactly.
And that's good, because you're forging that relationship, you're building that relationship, you're making everything happen, and your clients, I'm sure, that all the hundreds and hundreds of them that you've had over the years, that they all appreciate that, and I'm sure a majority of them are living a healthier lifestyle.
Right.
Definitely. And I think that's fantastic, and I want our listeners to understand that, you don't just have to be in Texas to contact Lisa Sowle. You can be in New Mexico, you can be in California, you can be in England, you can be in Africa, you can be anywhere, you can be in wherever, you can be anywhere in the world, and you can still get in touch with Lisa Sowle by going to lisasowle.com. That's LISASOWLE.com. She is the founder, CEO of HerbaGirl International. She is Lisa Sowle, and she has the soul that can help you through your weight loss, no doubt about it.
That's right.
And Lisa, I want to thank you for spending some time with us today. I know you're taking time away from your clients, but I do appreciate it. I think that this you being on the show was insightful, and I'm sure it's going to inspire others. Where what transpired with you, and where you were and where you are now, and what you're doing beyond the weight loss. You created a business, so you are a successful businesswoman. So that's empowerment. That's empowerment. Yes. So I think it's fantastic that you've done that, and you continue to do it, and I wish you the best of luck. And hopefully we'll have you back on the show sometime in the near future.
Oh, definitely. I'd love to be back. And, Lou, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show. It's such an honor, and I just think you're the coolest. So thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And it was an honor having you on the show, because I love the fact of what you've done. And I love the fact that your story will inspire others. And that's what the UCW radio show is about. And you are all about the UCW radio show. So
that's right.
It's all good. We did some good stuff. And again, the next time we talk, I want to get more in depth with your program. We should have done that during the show, but I want to bring you back on so we can get in depth, have a show just about your program, because I want people to adhere to what you're saying, because I believe in you.
All right. Well, definitely. I'd love to do that, Lou.
Excellent, Lisa. Thank you so much, and have a great day. And again, we'll have you back on the UCW radio show at some point in the near future.
All right. Well, thanks, y'all. Thanks for listening, and I totally appreciate you. And again, this is Lisa Sowle from Houston, Texas, and hopefully I'll be meeting you soon.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.